Hello, everyone. How are we doing? Needed something to take my mind off the cold, Deborah says. Indeed. Indeed. I think we got up to 12 today here in Pennsylvania. So, hello, hello. How's the sound? Do I have a thumbs up on the sound? Would be great to know. Hey, Michelle. Hey, Susan. Susan was here first. Susan was early. Early. Okay, I really hope you can hear me. Sound is good. Okay, good. Freezing in Tampa. Donna, what is going on? What is going on in Florida? Like, how is it are that you are having freezing temperatures? I can't even speak. It's so crazy. And I just watched something on Instagram Reels, because the iguanas and the lizards, a certain temperature, like I don't think that's a wives' tale. And I don't think what I watched was AI. Like they fall out of the trees, like they're not dead, but they're like frozen. And this woman was like picking them up and putting them in boxes with blankets to get them warmed up. It was so cute. Hey, Susie. Yeah, it's crazy. Okay, outside of Tampa, around 50. Okay. But like freezing temperatures, crazy. Jane, you have snow coming. Jane, where are you at? I forget. Oh my gosh, if you help them, you're not allowed to release them again. This woman helped them. Huge iguana. And then this like skinnier, smaller, like lime green little looking dude. What I don't understand is how they don't break bones on the fall. Oh, okay, Atlanta. Is Atlanta normally get snow? That's pretty south. I don't know these things. Yeah, bitter cold in upstate New York. Yep. Friends, if you're watching this replay and it's like July, be blessed. Can't release them. I hope I don't think she knows that. I got the sense that she didn't know that. Yikes. So, yeah. Hello, Ella. Now, my little dude, my little bearded dragon, well, my son's, he was in this like partial brumation for like since the fall, since it started getting cold. And he was just like he didn't go to sleep, because they can go to sleep for months. But he just like stopped eating as much, just like hanging out in the back of his enclosure, chilling. I'll tell you what, the minute our days switched from getting shorter to getting longer, flip switched. Like he's eating, he's up, he's on his basking rock. He's like, Yeah, it's crazy what nature can control, because like he's in the same conditions, his conditions haven't changed, yet he somehow his biology knows that the days are getting longer. It's crazy. Hey, Nicole, people want to know, this is a Patreon conversation, what I'm about to say. If you're curious about our Patreon, my Patreon, head into the description here. There's a link and all sorts of things. Nicole, been bugging you in watercolor land. Folks want a link for that refillable Kuretake brush pen situation, me being one of the people. So if you go in watercolor land, I tagged you. I don't know if you saw it. Yeah. Used to have an iguana named Fluffy. Oh, right. Yeah. I kind of feel like he chose me too. Yeah. Now I've heard iguanas can be aggressive. I mean, like anything, I guess it depends on the beast. Like they whip their tail or something. I don't know. I watched that dude. There's that dude that has the iguana that like is like a teddy bear. He's like a really like slight framed guy, maybe Germany or somewhere else. I'm not sure of the accent, but he's got the coolest iguana, and I love watching his videos. Animals are triggered by days shortening and lengthening. Well, there you go, Marianne, because Wasabi's been untriggered. Like, he actually, like, we couldn't get him to eat any of his greens for months. I'd have to do the switcheroo. I'd have to show him like a hornworm, and then I'd have the hornworm in these fingers, and then I'd have lettuce over here. And when he'd go for the hornworm, I'd go whoop, and shove the greens in his mouth. Yesterday, this fool was just taking greens out of Isaac's hands, like chomp, 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 salad time. No, we haven't started painting because I can't shut up. Oh, they do whip their tail. Okay, yeah, and I feel like that would hurt because they're large. You got it at a mom and pop shop. Okay, yeah, if you could find us like an Amazon link, that'd be great. Just so we know we're buying the right thing. You know what I saw just now on Instagram? Clearly I was scrolling. It wasn't doom scrolling. It was just scrolling. It was a gouache artist. Don't remember her name. It looked like she had a water brush, but it had a quill. Is that the kind of brush? Like oh my gosh, my brain escapes me all too often. You know, kind of like a quill tip on it, but it was a water brush. Has anybody seen that? Do I have a better, is the quill the right word? Oh my gosh, brain engage, please. Like something like this, right? This kind of situation. Can we see that? But a brush, like a water reservoir. And I'm not, like one of the, so like if this, and then this had a baby. That's what I saw. Fat belly and sharp tip. Okay. Fat belly, sharp tip. Oh, I thought we were talking about the iguana, but we're talking about the brush. But correct. But maybe for both. Maybe that describes the iguana tail too. No, it was nylon. It was nylon. I mean, it looked nylon. Maybe it wasn't nylon. I don't know. But it had the shape. You know how this gets really fat, but then when you wet it, it goes to like crazy tip. That's not that crazy, but you know what I mean. A water brush pen. I don't know what I saw clearly. But I hope now that I'm talking about her, it comes up in my feed. Yeah, I'm not a fan of the nylon. So like, if we have something in existence that has not the nylon, but is a water brush, that would be awesome. And if we don't have that in existence, maybe I should make it. Kim just said, I just saw it. You should create one. Along with 50 million other things that I can't afford to create right now. Yeah. Because like everything is out of stock at the same time. I was waxing poetic about it's like a blessing and a curse. This has never happened before, but like the stamp sets went out of stock. Art for Joy's Sake brush sets went out of stock. And Free from Fear brushes. No, those are pretty okay. Those would be okay for a while. The travel brush sets and the individual travel brush all out of stock. So I had to choose one to restock because, there ain't no Daddy Warbucks here. Yeah. Gravy. Yeah. So anywho, maybe we'll ask Thrifty. Thrifty, I'm talking about like a quill brush. Is quill the right word? What is the name for this kind of brush? Help me, Rhonda. Okay, because none of us can remember the name. Okay. No, wait. Oh, Kim, the wood is cracking or the paint is cracking? Just email Kristen. We have some like in the back. Do you know what I mean? Like they're sold out on Amazon, but we have some in the back. Email Kristen and we'll get you a new one. That's really weird. But if it's the wood, that's a different story. But if it's the paint, that can happen. But all three, no. So email Kristen, hello@christyrice.com. Quill. Yeah, okay. So I was right. I need to trust myself more. All right, Thrifty. I thought I saw today an artist on Insta Reels using a quill water brush. It looked quill-ish and it looked water brush-ish. Do you know of such a thing? Okay, it's the wood on one. No, you don't have to buy it. Okay, yeah, no, that's not right. No, that's a defect. Okay, or a mop brush, sure. Yeah, okay. Are you a first timer, Evie? Welcome. Welcome, welcome. Everybody say hi to Evie. Why did that go away? Welcome, Evie. Yeah, Kim, please email. You don't have to buy it. We will send it to you. Okay, cool. Yeah, I think Kristen, I mentioned last week we found like a box with a bunch of, like, not enough, but like I think like 30 of the travel sets and like 18 of the individual, the number 6 Joy Chasers. So we have them. We'll get you a new one. At least one for now. And then if it's okay, maybe we can get you the other 2 when we restock. Fully restock, yeah. Okay, let's see. Question. Can we talk about how much water paint or the texture of it? I don't know how to word it. Should be on the brush. I feel like I always too wet or too dry. Oh, especially on larger brushes. Absolutely. So Michelle, incredible question. It's all about water control. And the answer is dependent on the scenario. So let me paint a picture for you. If you don't feel like you're getting that flow, you're seeing texture in your stroke, and you didn't want texture in your stroke, just take your brush and like touch the tip of it into the water and go back and make that stroke again and see how it feels, right? And then if that wasn't enough, go a little deeper into the water and remake the stroke. Now your paint is going to get lighter because you're not reloading the paint by trying that. You're just adding more water, but do it slowly, incrementally, not like whoosh into the water, because then you're going to have too much water. Let's face it. But do you know what I mean? I have a really nice video on water control. If Thrifty can find it, maybe he could post the link. It's from like a year and a half, maybe 2 years ago at this point. With water control exercises. So check that out. But yeah, give that a try. Like keep that brush loaded with whatever paint's on it and just dip a little more into the water. Stroke. Dip a little more if it's not enough. Stroke. Yeah. So the thing is, if your big brush that you're using is a synthetic bristled brush, it's not going to hold as much water as something that is natural bristles, or like a hybrid that's combining both, or yeah, you know what I mean. So you may have to load up more than you think. Another thing, number 3, is when you first dip that brush in water, dip it and have it be really soggy, like dripping soggy, right? Then tap it lightly on a paper towel. Then load your paint. Sometimes if you just dip a little of your brush in the water and it hasn't been painted with in a while, like you need more water to like moisten and saturate all those bristles before you start. Does that make sense? Yeah. Hopefully that's helpful. And we'll probably get into something today that will like visually answer some of that for you. You're not a mod on this account? What? Did I seriously do that? Did I seriously, or me not, still not do that? I'm sorry, Thrifty. Oh, super annoying. Okay. What do we need to get together if we want to paint with you? Okay, awesome. So will we be painting? Yes, yeah, absolutely. So today is part 2 of this. So we started this last week and today we're going to wrap it up. So I'm trying to think. It could be difficult for you to paint along today. But you may just want to grab some of these colors and you could give it a start and just play around. Because like I said, we're kind of wrapping this up today. I am going to do a little warm up. I finally made my own version of the watercolor party bus with me at the helm. So I want to paint that. And if you know, you know, Palmstreet, where I do the live sales, there's one tomorrow. I admittedly did use AI to create a cheeky Christy driving the art supply party bus, and some people had thoughts about it, and I'm still going to use AI for certain things. I have a video I'm working on about artists and AI and why, oh, this is a heavy subject, but why not to be so terribly scared right now. And one of the fun ways to use AI is to do very, very obvious silliness with it. But in respect of my viewers who had concerns with it, I am making my own. So I'm going to paint that today to get warmed up. Yeah. Yeah, it's cute. Yeah, so it's me, hi, and I'm driving the party bus. And there's art supplies in the window, flowers in the window, and then I have to figure out what bills of the books will be. Yeah. Magic school books. Yes. Yes, AI is the tool, but not the full answer. Yeah, so I started recording the video while I was out in Utah at the beginning of January, and I recorded it. I really wanted a good portion of the video to be recorded in God's majesty, in God's country, so to speak, out in nature. Just that juxtaposition of place, like natural place, and then I'm talking about something so unnatural, right? And so, oh, I know reflections. I know. So my big thing is AI, and I have the perspective of my incredible husband who, a 25-year IBM veteran, and there over 2 years ago. He's working for a new company. I can't mention their name. And let's just say he has a tremendous amount of inside perspective, like the AI conversation from the inside out. And so I have the blessing of that perspective from him. So I am working on this video. And it sometime in February. It's just one of those videos where I want to be careful and mindful. But something to chew on is that AI can AI should function as the middle of a process, and the human touch needs to bookend the AI functionality of a process. Human at the beginning, very human at the end. Oh, yes, yeah, I understand. Yeah, see, sound is wonky. Sound is wonky. And oh, thank you. Yeah, there's environmental concerns. There's a lot of concerns on that end. I'm trying to talk about it specifically from the artist being super fearful angle. Um, I'm getting reverb. Uh, any better? Any better? Maybe because I got closer. Yeah, we do. We need regulations 100%. Oh my gosh, yes, 100%. Okay, how about now? I for whatever reason I was getting closer to this camera. How's it doing? Anybody? Anybody? Better, 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 butter, butter, butter. Better butter. I don't know why I'm saying better butter. Evie started watercolor a month ago. It's gone crazy. I have. Okay. Anybody else a beginner in here today? Would you classify yourself as a beginner? Anybody else? I want to say hello. Sounds better. Yeah, I was too close. Too close. Okay, cool. So let me do an intro. And then we're gonna paint this. I have a little bit of watercolor mail that I want to share. Um, I love mail. I had a couple folks that were sending me mail regularly, and then I get worried sometimes. I'm like, does somebody get sick? So if you ever want to send me something you've painted, I love receiving watercolor mail so much. um, Anywho, okay, Linda's a beginner. Olivia's a beginner. Love it. Let's put a yay in comments for beginners. Okay. Okay. 1 year into the watercolor journey. Oh my gosh, I love that, Ella. And you're still here. That is what it's all about. Still love that basket. Wait, Nicole, what basket? Did I miss something? What's happening? All right, friends, let me do the intro. We're going to get down to the painting table in its entirety and go from here. If you're watching on replay, welcome in and get involved in the conversation. I answer comments every day from live replays, and I love that. Love it, love it, love it. This is the best community in watercolor land, and yeah. I would love to send you some mail. Do you have a P.O. box? I give out my business address, so email me. Yay! I do too. I love how many people are jumping on as well. We're getting back to our old numbers. The basket on the red shoot table thing. Oh, I forgot what was behind me. Thanks. It's so wonky because it is overfilled with very heavy stuff. So yeah. Yeah, hit the thumbs up, give this video a boop. Yes, art is therapy. I'm reading a book. The book now, I put it on Instagram. I forget what it's called, but it's basically about the science, like what art does to our bodies and our minds. And oh, let me just go grab the book. I got to show you something. I'm just gonna grab it. Just hang on. I'll be right back. I'm not leaving. Okay, it is called Your Brain on Art, How the Arts Transform Us. And I'm literally in the first 10 pages, but I'm already like, oh, so they're talking about something called, this is why I have to take notes. Neuroaesthetics, yeah, I got it right. Neuroaesthetics. And basically that's about the way that things in our environment, whether it's visual or auditory or sensory, have an impact on our brains. And I felt so seen just reading these first 10 pages because I've always been like, I'm a maximalist, but I don't like clutter. I like fullness, but order. I'm very specific, right down to the like the cover pots on all my plants in certain rooms. Like in this room, every single plant is in a white cover pot because if it were anything else, it would be just like chaos. Do you know what I mean? I'm very specific about the aesthetics of my home, and I always felt silly for it. And literally, I always had like this little guilt, like gear grinding in my head over how picky I am about how things look and having everything have a place. But now I know there's like science behind why it helps my brain, and that some people are more sensitive to it than others, and that you can, it sounds as if you can curate a sensitivity to aesthetics. So, hello, all the way from South Africa. Well, welcome. A good share. Do I shop online or on the art store? I shop online mostly for art supplies anymore. I have a Michael's locally, and I have my teacher from when I was in grade school, Sue Hand. She still has a little art shop, but I she doesn't stock like she stocks the basics, and I have all the basics. So yeah. Oh, you got this book? Oh, you do therapy, you do art therapy, or expressive art, free Instagram lives every week. Hey, Kim, drop your Instagram handle. Okay? A virtual tour of my painting studio. Okay. All right. I could do that, Ella. That could be a fun live one week. That could definitely be a fun live. Now my brain is like, how do we do that? We could do that next week. Why don't we do that next week? Next week. Let's do it. I don't have anything planned. Me knitting? I'm not knitting anything. I don't knit. Where am I knitting? What's knitting? I don't know what knitting. I don't knit. Yes. Amazing studies coming out. Well, Kim, then you know. You know. All the way here from South Jersey. I freaking love it. Gave up driving several years ago. I do not purchasing online. Yeah. Yeah. Jackson's. I love, oh, y'all. Holy Grail, St. Louis Art Supply, St. Louis Art Supply. Seriously, they're amazing. So check them out. And you know, it might as well for all my beginners. I do have a new course. It's supposed to be coming out end of February, maybe beginning of March. Um, I have been deep in recording for it. I paused today just to check on some technical things that are happening and making sure that I don't keep recording if the editing team that's doing the editing can't deal with the technical things. Anywho, um, it is right now, it's going to be over 8 hours of content. It is designed for uber beginners or tentative returners to watercolor, or really anybody wants a refresher. It's taking like my best viewed video here on YouTube and just expanding on it in every direction you can imagine. It is quite immersive. So that will be coming out. You can sign up for the wait list for that. I need to get it in my description because it's not in my description yet. Let me get the link for you if you want to sign up for it. Sign up for the wait list. And it's nice because if you sign up for the wait list, you will get a discount when it launches. You'll be able to access a discount. Oh, heck nuts. I can't get it. Anywho. The book is called Your Brain on Art. And here's the thing. This came out in like, correct me if I'm wrong, but 2023. And I couldn't get it on Amazon. I had to order it from some like, I believe it was secondhand. Like, are you kidding me? So anyway, Your Brain on Art, and there's a website, yourbrainonart.com. Oh, the Paul Rubens palettes. Oh, Nicole went there in person. So cool. That kind of sounds like Snail in Paris. Like when you go to the Snail store in Paris, it's so tiny, but it is, and it's, is it two or three floors? It's at least two, maybe three. I can't remember. And it is so packed with, but it's like organized. Maybe St. Louis Art Supply is like that. Would anybody, I have a question. I know I said I was going to do the intro. This is like OG Christy that I just used to let myself chat about anything. And apparently you all like that, showing by the numbers of people here today. It's just growing. So you're interested in the wait list. Okay. Here, hold on. I'm going to do this. So would anybody be interested in I went to France last spring for a couple weeks. A lot of you followed along with me in Instagram stories, but I took a lot of footage everywhere I went. Would you all be interested? And I never did anything with it. Would you be interested in still me putting together like a, watercolorist in France vlog type situation? Or is it just like, is it too long ago? Let me know. Let me know what you think. Oh my gosh, why can't I get here? If you'd be interested. Like, I visited, oh gosh, so many chateaus. We went to Journey and I painted and journaled through the entire thing. Is that something you'd be interested still seeing in a vlog style YouTube video? Okay, we got a yes, absolutely. Oh my gosh. No judgment. It's gonna be Kajabi, I think. Um, it is a couple $100 for the course. I believe they told me it was like 303 something. I'm working with a company that's helping me produce this. And then I think you can break it down into 3 payments. But then there's a discount if you sign up for the wait list. There's the link for you. And it showed up like 4 times because I'm simulcasting. Yes to France footage. Mission Gold is lovely, but I do miss the old Mission Gold formulation from like 6-7 years ago. Okay, so we would be interested in France footage. Okay. All right, good to know. It was in an alley in St. Louis. I wouldn't recommend going to St. Louis. Just say how scary. Oh, this town felt. Well, yeah. Okay. I know, I wish we were in the same room. Okay, Kajabi is good. I've never used Kajabi, but I know it's like one of the mainstays of like course organization platform type thing. Yes, I am finishing up the voiceover for my next video coming out on YouTube. I'm probably going to do that today after the live. So that'll be coming out sometime next week. We're going to be painting a dahlia, and I'm going to be revealing 3 ways that I broke some pretty serious watercolor rules while I teach you step by step how to paint the dahlia. And it's only going to be about a 7 or 8 minute video. So it's going to be a quick win. Quick win. Yeah. Got it. Okay. Yeah. So new YouTube video coming up. All right. So let's get into it. Officially today, friends, we are finishing up this white anemone painting. It is our part 2 from last week. And if you want to start with part 1, check in description here. I'll have the link to that live replay for you. All right. So today we're going to be finishing this bad boy up. When we left last week, this was just emerging from its weird, ugly phase. So we're going to take it on into gorgeous. Okay. All right. Now I do want to warm up. I'm going to paint my lovely little Christie's Art Supply Party Bus painting here. So yeah, there we go. Now you might be like, why this image? What are you doing? So I do live sales on Palmstreet at the time. If you're on replay, if you want to check in the description, see when my next sale is, you can check it out there. It's a live selling app. And basically just imagine like I was driving the party bus and we went to shop art supplies. That's what my lives feel like over on Palmstreet. They're super fun. And we do have a live tomorrow night. January 30th, 2026, 5 p.m. Eastern. Thank you, Nicole. Thank you, Linda. But let's paint. Yes, painting. Okay, so let me get down to the painting table. I'm just trying to make sure that I'm answering all of, well, I can never answer all the comments. I try though. I try. So let's warm ski up ski. Okay. I got to warm up because I haven't painted for myself all week. Let's get these paints sprayed on down. Really need to get that out of there. I'm using Schmenkas just like I was last week. Really need to spray these baddies down. I'm going to use my Joy Chaser, my number 6 round. Nicole, I'm super excited about the snail mail. Oh, I really am. Really am. Okay. All right. What color was this party bus? I don't even remember. I think it was like a bus color. I'm going to get some of this beautiful yellow. This is Schminka. Don't ask me the name of the color because Lord knows I can't remember. I got the loveliest email before this live started from a fellow creator, artist, kind soul. And she was like, can I just tell you, I have like $150 worth of fancy brushes like sitting here just going to waste because all I use is your Joy Chaser. I was like, oh my gosh. And she's like a professional artist. And I was like, get out of town. So wish I could share that lovely compliment, but I can't because they're out of stock. This is pretty. So this is a similar technique that I used last week to filling in this background. I'm just laying down some of the color, wet on dry, and then taking water and blending it out. Not worrying too much about staying in the lines over the, the lights, the backup lights, the front lights, because I'm going to be painting those like more intense colors, so it won't really matter. Trying not to go out of the lines like into the background, but what can you do? All right, I want to get into that crazy hair of mine. I'm going to start like really. No, well, I guess you could say there's some purple, but I did not mean to put purple in my hair, but we're going to just go with it. That was a big whine, wasn't it? Christy whines, just ask my husband. All right, my hair is not this pink, but obviously we are layering in the color, layering in the color. All right, what color shirt? Black. Oh, the Joy Chaser is your favorite too. That's so cool. Hey, Sketches. Welcome, welcome. Let me get a little bit of this like umbery color in here. Is that umber or is that more? It doesn't matter. All right. I'm going to do some type of dark intenseness for my shirt. Okay, I need to have this over here. Y'all, if you're just popping in, I'm warming up. I'm warming up to finish that anemone today. And I am painting, recreating my originally AI tongue-in-cheek creation for my Palmstreet sales. I'm recreating it with my own hand. I'm gonna lift some of this. All right, now probably use some of this on the tires too. I'm just gonna rough this in and then lift parts as I need to. Is everybody ready to go? Did anybody restart their anemone from last week? Or are you continuing with the one you had started last week and just going from there? I'd love to know. Just lifting in the wheel well here, lightening up things a bit, smoothing out as I lighten ever so softly. I don't really like the way that lifting left kind of a watermark, so I'm going to smooth that out. I just put some clean-ish water over top. Okay, that's probably a little bit of a better base for that situation. see. I'm going to make these my brushes kind of in the window. So we'll do a little teal. And let's do a little just neutral. And we'll do a little pink. Cute, cute. Okay, Marianne's continuing last week. No worries. You can always go back. Absolutely. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Nicole. White flowers are hard. But honestly, Kim, like this white flower, don't be so hard on yourself because you're not really painting it. It's just negative space. You know what I mean? So like if you're trying to put shadows and stuff in, like you don't even have to. It just pops white because of the background that surrounds it, you know? Got to get my roots in there. Girlfriend's got roots. Also got to get that menopausal receding hairline. Oh, seriously though. No joke. No joke. And my husband just doesn't get it. He's like, your hair is beautiful and long and stunning. You're gorgeous. And I'm like, oh, thanks. But it's not what it once was. I'm going wild on the hair. Going wild on the hair. He is a sweet man sometimes. Oh, they call roots shadows? Are you serious? Oh, Sketches make the live after mine if she can stay awake. Make sure you're subscribed to Sketches channel, please. I think that's hysterical that we call them shadows. That sounds good, Reflections. I love that. All right. We need another color brush here. Hey, y'all, is the sound still okay? Because I'm hearing a little bit of an echo, but I always hear an echo. Little paint swatches, little purple, little blue. Do a little orange. This was the orange I used last week on the anemone. If you're just hopping in, we're going to be starting the anemone soon. This is my warm up. Girlfriend needed a warm up. I'm just going to put the first layers on. We'll finish it later and post it on the tube, or the tubes. We're on the tubes. Post it on the Instas so you can see what I did, Who's coming to the live sale tomorrow? At the very least, if you can make it, come just to enter like the 15 plus giveaways that you might be able to win. No purchase necessary, all the good stuff. Shipping is included. You don't have to pay for nothing. So if you win, and if we can get my sale to 100 bookmarks, last I checked, we were 12 away. I'm going to give away a whole year of my postcards in watercolor land snail mail tier on Patreon. A whole year. It's like over a $200 value. So go get it. Help me get the bookmarks. Even if you're not going to come, the bookmark still counts. Okay. I'm just going to put a little bit of like a bluey cast over these windows, just a little. Oh, I need to do the little yellow pencil because that's cute. Finish those swatches. What else? Can't decide. What is wrong? Oh, a yellow, maybe. Or will that be kind of blah next to the pencil? I'm just talking to myself now. Hi. Hi. Just talking to myself. That's bright. I say that like I'm surprised or something. Come on now. Come on. A little purple flower up here. And a little, maybe a little orangey red flower here. I'm going to put little taps of color and then pull the rest of it down with water. Just a little bit of dampness. These small spaces are tricky to paint. And look at that. Look how much that carries. Should have started that another way. Anywho. Oh, we got to do the little Palmstreet emblem. This is the Palmstreet logo. All right, friends, get your paintings out. Get your water ready. We're going to be using the liner brush a lot today. If you don't have a liner brush, something that comes to a very, very, very good point is what you gonna want. It's what you gonna want, all right? Got a big face. Looks like I just got a bunch of Botox everywhere. I was very kind to myself. Gosh, it almost has a green cast to it. That's crazy. How do you bookmark? Okay. So if you've downloaded the app and you're already in Palmstreet and you have an account, like you're all set up, you search my name, Christy the Painter, and then you find my profile, and then you look at my events tab in my profile and you'll see tomorrow's event. And then there's a little bell and you just hit the bell. And that's a bookmark. That's it. Easy peasy. Now, if you're not on Palmstreet yet, it's a little bit of a, you have to download it and all the things, and I can help you with that, but I don't want you to go through all that trouble just to bookmark, you know, if you're not going to like come, like, it's okay. I don't want to put you through that. But if you've come before, you may not be able to come tomorrow, but you want to help me out and quick go over and bookmarky, that is awesome. Because I get a discount on my sales fees when I get enough bookmarks. I would highly recommend deleting the app in between sales because it's addictive. That's all I can say. Just delete the app, offload the app between sales. Whew. All right. I know I'm obsessing. I'm having too much fun, but I want to get back to my guts to get back to the anemone. But warm-ups are good. Ooh, I made that way too thick on the bottom. What was I thinking? I have this habit of like not switching my brushes up when I should. I do it all the time. What is that the horn? I think that's the horn. Okay. First layers. Oh, no, wait. I want to put a little red light. See, I'm having way too much fun. Backup light. Wait, are red lights on the front of a car? Or are they white lights? Oh my gosh, what's wrong with me? I need to get out in the world more. Well, it's going to be red today. Okay. There she is. She cute. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Gwen. Yes. Got it and did it. Thank you, Kathy. Yeah, the cash is right now. I know. Trust me. I know. January is never a good month for business. January is a struggle. Okay, here we go, friends. We're getting back into it. Now, last week, I'm not even bringing the inspiration photo out. We are just going to have fun darkening up these leaves. We're going to add, get your bleed proof white, or if you have white watercolor or white gouache, we're going to need that. Get that out. We're just going to have fun just dolling this up, okay? It's all fun here on out. So I'm going to start getting some detailies into the leaves. I'm going to start in the upper left corner. I'm just going to kind of get a darker green. I'm going to stay with my number 6 round here. And I'm going to go in where there's weird places that I want to just sharpen up. Like right there where the green was overlapping the orange, and then in here a little bit. And I'm just kind of creating, you know, a shadow. It's intentional, but it's a shadow that is just purely designed to cover up an oopsie or a messy area. And then I'm going to just follow the curvature of this leaf the area remaining after I painted the shadow, and add in some linear detail. There's no rhyme or reason at this stage. There's no, okay, maybe there's a rhyme there. Okay, I should take that back. There's a rhyme, there's a reason, but there's no like hard and fast way. I'm just grabbing a little bit of blue, really intense blue, and filling in that gap. I don't want to see any orange there anymore. I decided I had this little bit of orange background peeking out. I no longer want to see it. And y'all, this is, you can't see through this. That's how thick the paint is at this point. Can't see through it. All right. I'm just going to tap my brush into the water. Sorry, y'all, my eyes are bothering me today. I'm going to take a minute here. And I'm going to go ahead, add a stem here. I'm just evaluating these two leaves. And I want to give them a little bit of a connection somewhere, but not a line that's continuous, just like a hint. A little bit too much water on the brush doing that. So I'm going to carry some of this up into here and create a little hint of a vein. And I'm going to come over here and do a vein, but I'm going to do it more justified towards the bottom of that leaf curve. A little bit like that. Again, just for funsies. I'm going to rinse my brush thoroughly and come back in and backfill this orange here. Watch how I do this. I'm backfilling, refining the leaf shape at the same time, refining the petal, refining the petal shape at the same time. Now rinsing my brush, blotting, and pulling that out to blend it back in. I've got too much paint on the brush, rinsing, and then pulling it out to get a nice blend. This is a refinement stage. Now I know I haven't added in the details in the center of the flower, but my hand does not feel strong enough to do that yet, so I'm not going to do it. I'm not ready. So I'm refining things. I'm having fun in that realm. Okay. I'm going to go to my 3/4 inch dagger, and I'm going to start really gussying up these leaves. These were very moody, very purple, very intense. And that's what they're going to be. Again, I'm going to double dip some purple and then some green. And I'm going in, y'all. You ready? Tap a little bit off. Dip a little bit in water. And then I'm going in. And I'm going to kind of pretend like I'm creating a middle vein, but it's much thicker. Oh, yeah. Now I'm going to just grab some green on the dirty brush. I'm going to go right next door. Just creating some interest. Evaluating. Do I like that? I think I do. And then I'm going to get water on my brush and then just tap. Not really rinsing, but just getting water on there and tapping some of the wetness away. And I'm going to go over top on either side. Well, I'm going to kind of hover the line between what I just painted and the dry area. And just to give it a little blend, let me show you close up what that looks like. I'm going to do it once more over here to soften this outer line a little bit more. Blotting on a towel. Grabbed a little more water, and I'm continuing that. I want rich, velvety, almost not see-through there, and you'll understand why in a little bit. All right, I'm actually deciding up here, I'm going to get rid of that really bright area. I want it to blend, and I know it looks so pretty. I know it does, but there's a reason for that. Now, I don't need to get rid of it entirely. I'm blotting off camera here. Let me bring my rag over so you can see what I'm blotting. It's not an ideal spot, but my rag is up here now, friends, so you can see when I'm blotting. All right, let me get caught up with comments. Do you know where to add the leaves in a composition like this? How do you know? So I can walk you through kind of what I did. We were following an original I did years ago. So this flower was placed off center, but towards the top, creating kind of a top heavy situation. So I placed this really big leaf kind of under it a little to kind of give it some visual support. I don't think the placement of your leaves is as important in a composition as the size and number of leaves within a cluster. You want like kind of a sense of balance. Do you know what I mean? I really think the best thing you can do is little thumbnail sketches before you start. If you're concerned about any aspect of, you know, whether it's wasting paper or, you know, I can wax poetic about wasting paper for days, but if that's something that concerns you and is just a principle, then I would do sketches and be like, okay, the flower is going to go here. And well, I definitely need some bigger leaves here. Maybe that'll look cute. That could look, but then this is all empty. So what am I going to do down here? You know, maybe it's a rose and then I want some leaves, you know what I mean? And do these little thumbnails. I'm literally using a Bic pen, which I actually love sketching with. It has a great, just the right amount of drag, you know. And then what would happen if I put my flower down here? Oh, that might be better. Okay. And then, but then where would that big leaf go? Would I still need a big leaf? Oh yeah, I really like, there's a bud maybe. And you just walk yourself through ideas. Yeah, that's what I would, yeah, I would do thumbnails. Because that's going to give you a roadmap. You know what I mean? Y'all, I am so sorry. I keep stopping because my eyes are like, I don't know what I would be having an allergic reaction to when everything outside is literally DEAD and covered in ice. But my eyes are giving me trouble. Maybe I need to drink. What's limit? I'm all about biohacking my way around this menopause thing. What's limit? I need electrolytes. Tell me. Yes, practice leaves for warm up. People ask me all the time, why do you paint so many leaves? At least that's the tone I hear in my head. You know what I mean? Like, why do you paint so many leaves? I think I need therapy. But because they're just an easy way to get into it. Yeah. 82. I had 88 the last time I looked. Do people unbookmark me? At least I thought I had 82, 88. Anywho, it doesn't matter. Am I allergic to dust? Who knows? Maybe that's a new symptom. A salt drink brand. Okay. HRT works till you're 55. Why not after you're 55? Oh, I said HRT. I thought you said HIT, but hormone replacement therapy. Yeah. My doctor won't give it to me. I have one of those. 82. Okay. Yes, my eyes are blurry and itchy. Yeah, like I feel like I got goop. I got goo in them. Yes. Gotcha, Jennifer. Get a new doc, right? It's ridiculous. I got all the. They won't give it to me because my blood work looks normal. But oddly enough, I had a hysterectomy at 37, so I'm in, like, what do they call that? Mechanical menopause, no matter what. Mechanical, structural, whatever. The heat. Oh, maybe the inside heat. Yeah. The bell is the bookmark. Yes, ma'am. Yeah, I could. Oh, that's a good idea. I could go to a remote OBGYN. I could go to one of them online docs and as long, get the prescription from them, and they usually work with your insurance company. Awesome, Mary. Surgical menopause. Yes. Oh my gosh. Sorry. I need a drink. So I figured looking at me drinking was more interesting than just watching nothing happening on the page. 49 degrees. Oh wait, Celsius. Wait, you're in summer, Jennifer. Yeah, I need to do that, Kim. Yeah. I dropped some Benadryl. Okay. Virginia's back. 41 in Georgia. What? Oh, 41. What that would be like. Mm-hmm. Yeah, my primary care is, I don't know. You know, I'm going to open this mail just to show you while I'm rehydrating. I am subscribing to Bolder Colors monthly art history crawl thing. Very fun. Let me show you while my eyes get adjusted. So it's like monthly, you get this fun little thing and you get a little, oh my gosh, it's like a full pan. I thought it was a dot, or is this the, wait a minute. Okay, we're in Cairo. Hold on. So my envelope from last month, she had to send me a new one because the paint fell out. Okay, field notes. And so like, I have to read this later. Date palms. And then she sends you a letter. So our first stop is in Cairo. Okay, no, maybe you do get a full, you get a full pan every month. That's insane. She's insane. Anyway, super cool. I want to check this color out. This, again, this is Boulder. Oh, that's so pretty. It's, you know, it's not like a high tinting strength kind of color, but there's like purplish undertones. Oh, that's pretty. And she tells you all about, like, we're traveling. We're traveling with Bolder colors. So I'm doing this monthly. I like to support what the other artists are doing. Y'all, I think this is going to it's granulating pink. There's pink. What? Or is that my dirty water? Who knows? Anywho, this is called Date Palm. So fun. So please go follow Bolder Colors, like Boulder, Colorado, not Bold, B-O-L-D. All right. Here, I'm going to try to. There it is. Boulder. See that? That's it. Bolder Colors. Go follow them. All right. All right. All right. Let's get back to it. I think my eyeballs are as good as they're going to get today. How are those? Are you talking about, Virginia? Are you talking about those, the ones that are like purples and mauves and like, they just like, they're all look like they're all mixed with gray and kind of like Kiratake, like Japanese? Is that what you're talking, the Fumi? I feel like I need to buy them and review them because everybody's talking about them. Yeah, Kim, it's horrible. Yes, you love them. Okay. Very Art Deco muted colors. Yeah, I'm going to get them. I need to get them. Ah. Okay, so we got a big chunky leaf. I'm going to get the liner brush because I just feel like it. It's time. It's time. It's time. Get the Joy Chaser out of the water, Christy Rice. Oh, y'all, something about brushes. If you've been painting with your brushes and they've been wet for a while, never let them dry standing up. Okay? Never let them dry standing up. That water can run back down into your ferrule. You want them to dry flat. If you're getting a lot of cracking of the paint on your brush heads, that could be the reason. I wanted to mention that I make that mistake all the time. I'll like throw them in the cup right after I rinse them out, and then the next day I'm like, oh, I'm such a dinkus. You know what I mean? So just keep an eye on that. All right, starting from right about here, the bottom little area of that leaf, and we're going to sweep up. Remember, a synthetic liner, you're going to have to reload almost between every stroke. Let's see if I can get another. Yeah, I could get a few more out, but if you're doing a long stroke, you're going to have to do a lot of reloading, okay? Now, I've got a lot of wonkiness around this leaf here where the orange meets the green. I haven't decided yet if I want to like sharpen that up, so I'm just going to leave that alone for now. Now, I'm going to go crazy. I'm going to dip into my fluorescent pink. It's off camera. I'm going to come over here and grab some creamy pink. I really shouldn't do this with the liner. I should do it with a smaller brush, a bigger brush. And I'm mixing a little bit in the well up here. So I've got like a pastel fluorescent pink, if you will. And I am going to use that pastel fluorescent pink and I'm going to zhuzh this little leaf. to life. I want the opacity. We're just going to do some detailing, reload. You're going to lose your opacity as that paint runs out, like you saw here. I lost that opacity really fast. Reload. Look at that. Isn't that pretty? It's wild. I know. And now that leaf has come alive. You can take that same pink and work it into some of your berries if you want to just start getting a little bit of zhuzh on the berries. I'm not going crazy and it's very low contrast, but I want to use up that color and use it in another spot. Just a little bit of non-continuous outlining for you. All right, I want to do something here. I almost feel like I want to do a really controlled spatter right there. Hold on. So I'm going to kind of give myself a little window to spatter within. And you're like, why are you doing this right now? Like, couldn't you just do it later? And some things just need to be done right now, friends, in a painting, because some things are exciting enough. The prospect of them are exciting enough that if you don't do them right now, you may lose your momentum. All right. A little bit of teal. Oh, yeah, baby. Oh, yeah. Heck yeah. And then I'm going to take a little bit of that teal and do it just, wait, I thought I had some still on the brush and I didn't. A little bit of that teal and just little boop, little brush, little boop. Love that teal. Let's bring it down into here. Let's go crazy. Right down the middle. Let's do another one. Number 6 round is in my hand right now, y'all. This is also low contrast. That's okay. Reload. I don't have a lot of water on my brush right now because I want that opacity. I want it. I want it. I'm feeling good today, y'all. I'm feeling better, and thank you, Jesus, because I've been wallowing in all the things lately, and there's always joy, prospect of joy every morning, and I've been forgetting that fact. I'm going in to this leaf up here in between those little lines, adding some of that teal just because it felt right, even though I'm covering up a little bit of the work I did earlier. This is evolving. Okay, can you see? I know. I need to wallow, not wallow. I need to not wallow. Yep, we like the contrast. Can we see that well? Are you seeing, are you seeing this good? Is this fuzzy? Is it, thank you, Sketches. Yep. Say the serenity prayer. God grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, the courage to change. God grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, the courage to change the things I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. My great uncle, who might as well have been my grandfather, he was a recovering, alcoholic, became recovering alcoholic. And he used to take me to his AA meetings. And as a parent, looking back, I'm like, that's something. My parents allowed that. That's different, But honestly, I learned so much as, a 10, 11, 12-year-old. He took me for years. And I learned so much from those folks and so much from that, because they say that prayer at the beginning of every meeting. And I learned so much there. Maybe I've forgotten some of it. Maybe I've forgotten some of it. All right, I'm taking some of this really bright, lots of paint on my brush, not a lot of water. And I'm just gonna, a few more little brightness moments of fluorescent pink. If you don't have fluorescent pink, just use your favorite pink. It's okay. All right. I think it's time to do the centers, but just be patient with me. I'm getting my liner. Mix yourself up. I would not use black. That's just me, but you do you. There's nothing wrong with black. It's just like a personal thing. I like to mix up just a really dark. I'm doing it off camera. Let me see if I can get it on screen for you. Sorry, you're seeing part of my armpit, I think. I apologize. But just a really like muddy, dark loveliness, okay? And get that on there nice. And then we got to decide about the general curvature. I'm not going to paint. I'm just going to show you the general curvature. We're going to kind of follow the curve of the petals. Watch. Curve. See, I'm following the curve of that petal. Follow the curve of the petal. Really light. Keep that arm loose. Coming out. Follow the curve. All right. I'm exaggerating these a lot. Probably too much. It's okay. I would work from the inside out. You can crisscross some of them. You know what I mean? They're not all going to be like on their own perfect trajectory. They're just not. I didn't like that last line I did, but you know, what can you do? It's there. The crisscrossing really gives it a little bit more of a kind of a natural vibe. What can you do? Crisscross it some more. I might be able to scratch some of that out with a razor blade. We shall see. I definitely exaggerated these, but I don't care. Now I'm going from the inside out. Just, you know, practice this on another sheet maybe before you start. See how you feel about it. Now I'm going to add those little dots, but I'm going to do it with a brush pen. Oh, Virginia says learning to put my baby finger out helped so much. Yes, it is so grounding. So what Virginia is talking about is to ground your movement with a pinky resting, grounding on the paper. All right, let's do the little boopy doops. Some of them don't even have to be connected to a line. This pen is black, but I like the control of it more than trying to do these with my liner brush. I really don't like that line right there. I'm gonna have to figure that out. Kind of annoyed about it, but it's okay. I'm not looking at my reference image at all. I'm pretty sure that I did these differently on my reference image, but again, it's a new day. I'm going more towards the center and adding some short lines that are just like textury, noisiness. All right. Let me give you a tour. There we go. All right. I'm going to go in here and just do some little circles just for funsies. Graphic, not realistic. Little, some filled in, some not. Some more noise where that central big dark dot meets the white in areas. All right, less is more kind of a situation here. Now I'm just gonna try something. I'm gonna grab my my 1/8 inch dagger. I'm gonna scrub this out. It's probably not gonna work, but there's always bleed proof white. Always. Let me show you while we're here. You done something you don't like? Grab some bleed proof white. Put it on pretty thick at first. Let it dry up a minute. I'm going to cover this bad boy too. Let it be thick. Do you know what I mean? Like put it on thick at first. Let it set for a minute. And then you're probably like, well, Christy, then you have some obvious like white moments on your painting. Like if someone in person is going to be able to see that, like you can see it on camera. Well, I'll show you in a minute. I'll show you in a minute how to undo that jazz. All right. Now don't get your hand dipped in that situation while you're going back in here, but I'm doing a light fluorescent. I'm going to put some dots in while I got this awesome 1/8 inch dagger in my hand. I'm going to go down here and put some in this bottom one. Not too many. Don't go crazy. Now I like them dots. I might want to put them somewhere else. I'm going rogue based on the original that we were working from. Going rogue, but I'm liking it. I'm having a Lisa Frank moment. Not unhappy about it. Now, just for fun, I want to show you doing the same thing that I did up here, but doing it with the pen, if you want to go that route. And how much you want to bet I like this more? And I think to myself, gosh, I wish I would have done that big flower, you know, the focal point one, the important one with the daggone pen. And I'm thinking that's where we're headed here. Yep, I'm going to like that one more, but whatever. We're not going to get mad at ourselves. I'm telling you, these crossed over little, what are these called? What are these little tenderly things called? Where are my flower anatomy people? Anyway, cross them over. Do a couple that crisscross, and then you've got yourself a whole bunch of Mother Nature sitting here right on your paper. It looks so much more natural. You with me? Say yes. You feeling it? You in it? This one doesn't have to have as much detail, all right? It just doesn't. Yeah, really wish I would have done that one with the pen. You feel me? Right? Ah, so annoyed. Anyway, it's okay. Now get a really dry brush, preferably something flat, and then just one sweep. One sweep, well, maybe more than one. Depends on how much you let it dry. Sweep across that, and you've got some nice coverage. Now, how do we make that work? Like, okay, well, I've got all these white splotches. Well, you're going to just add more white to make it work, to cover up your blunder, quote unquote. Let's just get a little bit of textural white on here with the bleed proof white. If you wanted to enter this in the composition, this would still be considered watercolor because bleed proof white is a water-based media. We can even put a little noise, little few slashes, dotty, slashy things, tap them around. Any marks that you make though, you don't want to repeat them so much that they become boring or repetitive to the point that it's taking away from the interest. Now you've got white everywhere and it looks like on purpose. See that? That's okay, Virginia. You can go back. What did you say, Jennifer? I missed it. Oh, complimenting Thrifty. I love it. I get fingerprints all over my page too. I agree. Arnie or Henri, how am I pronouncing your name? Henri Jacobs. I don't believe any of that historical nonsense. I know the studies that they did were problematic in the way that they organized the data. Yeah, so I've done my Oprah homework. So you're right. I do need it because estrogen, from what I understand, it supports so many systems and functions in your body. And I'm sure I'm not saying this right. I'm sorry. I'm going to put this up because, you know, the vast majority of my subscribers are 65 plus. So, okay, let's just have a moment. So, from what I understand, is that estrogen is so important in so many functions of the body. And I'm assuming like bone health is one of them, that the lack of it is so problematic. So, yeah, yeah. So when I had my blood work done, they're like, yeah, basically, looks like you could get pregnant. And I'm like, you realize I don't have any junk, right? And they were like, ah, ha, 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 ha. Oh my gosh. And my doctor's a woman, so that's even more disappointing. Okay, Thrifty, I love it. Aw. Thrifty, I am going to be changing my lives for Patreon so I don't intersect with yours. I've decided this. No more Mondays. All right? Cuz I can't be, yeah, I got cheater pumpkin eaters in my lives, y'all. Once 9 o'clock hits, they're like, they got you in their ear and I'm like, where'd everybody go? I'm kidding. I mean, truthfully, but yeah. Yeah, I don't know. 69 watching and only 22 boops. Can I get more boops? Please. Now I'm lucky. I don't no, I am doing it, Thrifty. Absolutely. Um I don't have any cancer in my family. Like, isn't that amazing? So I don't know. But yes, I need to do something for sure. Starting with get a new doctor. Oh, God bless her. She's fine. She's a nice person. All right. I feel like I want a little dash of green in my centers. How we feeling? How we feeling? How'd y'all feel about that white? Are you like, Christy, what are you doing? Or were you like, oh, okay. Tell me, which one? Which one? How'd you feel about that white action? I'm going to take a little red and do some, just a few little dabs, like non-continuous outlines and or just a little touch of the center of the berry to give it a little bit of structure. See what I'm doing there? Go over here. Little boop, little boop, little boop will do ya. Now that berry is purpley, so we could go darker on that one. Kind of like that, just a little bit down there. Another little darker moment up here. Yeah, yeah. All right. Nicole. Oh, you love it with the white, right? Yeah. Colby Bloom says use the white. However you need to make a beautiful painting, do it. Do it that way. Whatever you need to do to make it beautiful and make yourself happy with it, do it that way. Colby says that. I learned that from her. Her books always have I'm pretty sure they always have bleed proof white in the supply list. Now, if you want, you could certainly, why don't we just stick to the 1/8" dagger. You could get a really soft blue from somewhere on your palette. Like here, let me show you. I'm going right here. I mean, it's maybe even got a little green in it. I'm going to dab. And then if you want, you could bring in a little bit of shadow. More water. Holy heck. I actually got to get that to move a little bit. Just little hints of something. You see that? It's just very subtle. That's lovely. It gives it a little depth. Maybe right on the edge. Very light, y'all. Very light. Don't go crazy. Coming in from the top, curving towards that center. See, it just adds a little je ne sais quoi. I'll tell y'all, I'm going to be really honest with you. I've been struggling with my art. My brain is just, I've been comparing where I'm at. I feel old. I feel like I should be more talented given my age. I've been really struggling with all the stuff that I teach y'all about. And I like to be honest because if I'm not going to be honest about it, then I'm a farce. So yeah, I've really been having all the struggles. But it's okay because we're here and we're painting and I'm enjoying what I'm doing. I'm also internally like picking it apart. Yep. 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 So yeah. Yeah, I love the light blue. Yeah, medicine in the US is not proactive. It's reactive and it's become that in so many ways. I'm using this little marker. It's black, but I don't know. It just felt right, so I did it. I might do a little squiggly here. That just felt right, so I did it. Not gonna go crazy. I'm promising myself not to go crazy. However, all right, let's get the sheer white leafy moments in. Take your lid of your bleed proof white, grab some bleed proof white, swirl it around your lid, get some clean water, put it in your lid till it's juicy. Don't make a spatter, just like I did. If you did, you can wash it away. All right, now we're gonna paint some of these sheer leafy moments. Let me make sure. Yeah, that needs more water. You could test it on a little bit of black because you don't want this to be super white. All right, we're gonna go in the background. We're gonna moment of truth. This will dry lighter, so I might need a smaller brush. This was in the original for sure. Definitely need a smaller brush. Dagger. Oh yeah, that's better. We're just adding sheer whiteness. A little more water on that brush. I'm going to do some up here. You can just follow right along with me. So you don't have to make any compositional decisions if you don't want. Isn't that pretty? Oh, that's so pretty. I love a marker moment too. I have an obsession with berries too. Do you use your fabulous neon on the big leaf on the bottom right? I didn't use, no, I'm using the neon from the Schminke set, mixed with a little pastel from the Schminke, was it Academy, their student grade? That's what I used. It was a mix of like their fluorescent pink and then their Academy, like a baby pink. I think that might be about it, y'all. I think that might be. A little bit of white over here. A little bit. Little dab, little dab, little dab. There y'all. There y'all are. There you are. Oh my gosh. I don't know. What a day. What a day. I need to listen to some Erykah Badu. Delish. Thank you. Thanks, y'all. Yes. Scarlet Lake and Permanent Rose make a great opera pink. I love that. What brand are you using, Creekside? One more thought about doctors. I appreciate the ones that throw their heart and soul into it, which I know many do. They do. Absolutely. There are many that do. I met one of them, but it was too late for me. I met an incredible doctor right before I had to have my hysterectomy. It was too late. There we are. I'm pleased. Got a little heavy. The background's a little heavy. I do wish, I'll tell you this, the formulation of paint, that Schminke color had white in the formula, and in bigger areas it looks chalkier. So I wished I would have used orange ink like I did in the original that we were working from. But that, I think it's healthy to look at things like that, and talk through things like that. I really, really wish I would have used the marker up here. But what can you do? We look at it, we learn from it. Yep, yep. Uh-huh, uh-huh. Yeah, so you could use any type of ink, honestly. Thank you, Nicole. No Oprah pinks allowed. um, oh, thanks, Virginia. Um, uh, honestly, any type of ink that is just going to give you, I think, more clarity, and it's going to flow quicker. And it's not, yeah, I mean, even a watercolor, like a liquid watercolor would be a really nice option. I'm trying to remember. I probably used Dr. P.H. Martin's ink. Or yeah, that's probably what I used on this. I bet you any money that's what I used on the original, not on this. Yeah. So yeah, pen and ink. Yeah. Nothing with shimmer in it, nothing with white in the formulation. Yep. So many people would be scared. Not me. Heck, I made prints out of it. And friends, all of the Giclée prints on my site and all the ceramics, anything that's left, it's not much, is still 30% off. I like when petals, leaves, etc. fall off the end of the paper. I do too. I do too. Yeah. And only some of mine did that today. I mean, this one did it. Yeah. So it's really good grounding for your eyeballs. Yeah. Do you have a reserve? Do you have to reserve a brush for that? No. Just rinse it out. No, I use all of my brushes for acrylic, wash, watercolor, ink. If you're using them for acrylic, just you really have to wash them out and try not to, like, when you're dipping the brush, not to get it all the way up to the ferrule. Oh, no worries, Kim. Don't stretch yourself because of my silly sale. Speaking about shimmer, can you do a session on using metallic watercolors? I can. I have a really cool book that I was sent. Oh, Kim, you're so sweet. I have a really cool book that I was sent all about using shimmer watercolors in different projects. So I'll look into that. So friends, next week, would y'all like a tour of the studio and my supplies and all that? I mean, my home studio is super small. So let me know. Haven't tried inks yet. I got some gesso boards and a box of Brusho for Christmas. Ooh. That's awesome. Brusho is so fun. So fun. Brusho can be great for backgrounds, can be great for, you can even tap it into a little dish and swirl it with some water and just use it straight up like paint, and it'll kind of granulate for you, but you'll have more control rather than just like tapping it from the container onto wet paper. Lots of great YouTube tutorials out there. Sandy Allnock had back in the day did a ton with Brusho. So you could take that look. Take that look. Take a look at that. We do big things in them. That's right. Okay, I can do a tour to just figure out. I might just set up multiple cameras. I might even set up like 3 cameras, and then I can just walk to those cameras. And I'm gonna have to mic myself next week. Did I put gesso on this? No. And I still only have 22 thumbs up. Really? Thank you, Gail. Bent. So the bristles got bent, Ella. Nicole was telling me about you're supposed to be able to, if it's a synthetic brush, dip it in boiling water or something. Nicole, tell us. Oh, 62 thumbs if you refresh. Thank you, friends. Yeah, I'm gonna try the boiling water thing. Because I have something. Let me show you my filbert. This is my very first filbert from. This was like my sample filbert from my Free from Fear set, and you see what it's done? Like these little splays. So I was thinking, and I have not heard that from others. Um, and so I was thinking of trialing. Oh my gosh, I think I need to go get some protein. My brain isn't functioning. I think I'm gonna try the boiling water thing. I think I need to try it. Yeah. New business opportunity. Chrissy, just put a permanent cam in your art studio and let them run it, and people can subscribe with money to watch Christy's channel. Oh gosh, no, they'll see me like scratching my butt and picking my wedgie or something. Yeah, I mean, the more you use brushes, they're going to do things. Things are going to happen. They're. I mean, I've been using this brush. This is the only filbert from my set that I've used since I developed it. So, it's got some wear and tear. So, there's a market for that. Yeah, I might as well show them my feet too. Oh my gosh, I'm just kidding. So, okay. Hold on. Nicole's got information. Nicole says, hold on. Where'd it go? My mouse isn't working, y'all. Dip it in a pot. Nicole, if you see it, can you post it in the Watercolor Land group? If you check your email and see what they said. Dip them into a pot of boiling water and hold it for like 30 seconds. Okay. All right, Nicole, is everybody in the Watercolor Land group? If you're not, get in there. It's a private group on Facebook. It doesn't cost anything to be in there. But we share a lot of stuff in there. There's about 1,400 of us. Yeah, the flicking trick, but I don't think the flicking trick, Nicole, is going to work for these splayed bristles. So, oh, I've heard sometimes Craftimo. Yeah. All brushes will have wear and tear if you are using them right. LOL. Yeah. Yeah. So just go on Facebook and search Watercolor Land. It's all one word. Okay. Watercolor Land. I think I have a link to it in the description here. You can throw periwinkle in there. Throw the periwinkle. Okay. Creekside says the boiling water trick works. I'm gonna do it. I'll record about it if it works. I'll film it, hoping it works. And then if it works, I have the footage. All right, friends, thank you so much for being here today. I'm going to plan to do that studio tour unless something comes up. And I do have your input on that you would still like to see that France vlog. So, yeah, that's what we're talking about, Thrifty, to cure bristles. Yeah. Yep. So, and hopefully I'll see some of you over on Palmstreet tomorrow night. Remember, we're doing a minimum of 15 giveaways. I've got a bunch of Sarah Renee Clark stuff I'm giving away. I've got 6 swatch decks. I've got one of her coloring books. I've got half pans of Da Vinci paint. I've got just $1 off, $15 off, $20 off the sales. Creekside said, and points are back to new. Okay. Okay. And then I'll start thinking about that France vlog, even though it's almost a year later. I will most definitely be in the house to help you out. So thank you so much, friends. It's been a blast today. It just kind of felt like old days. I feel like I've been censoring myself on these lives for a couple months. Anybody else feel that? And I didn't feel that today. So, use it on my students' brushes regularly, says Creekside. Yes. Yeah. And don't forget, you noticed. Thanks, Virginia. I know I was, because I was getting feedback and I was letting it get to me. And so that was a bummer. Working on your painting right now. Yes. God bless you as well. Yeah. Yeah. All right, friends. Thanks so much. Take care. I'm going to go do a voiceover and get this next video up on YouTube. Bye.